All right, here we go. So last 2 days have been pretty awesome. We've got a lot of calls coming in from SPY and QQQ. They were all skyrocketing. On Monday, we got to see that one of our, so this is basically our list of stocks that we're watching every day to see if we can pick them up at a low and then to watch when they have movement, right? One of the many ways of doing so is to either just pick up like 10 shares of each of these, or one of each of these, whatever you want to do, and you'll get a notification when it's going up, right? So today, apparently ABVC has decided to finally bust up. On Monday, it was RNXT, right? And it showed massive movement, after which it's been on its way back down. Being that it's a fairly new stock, if it ever does come back down to like 690, or closer to 6, I'm ready to pick up a bunch of it, because it's a new IPO. It is related to medicine. It's related to oncology, right? Cancer treatment. So that always is a very promising sector of medical stocks. So healthcare related stocks that are bound with cancer treatment always succeed. Still watching Job, being that it's a 50-cent stock, it's an easy way to double your money, and it's all about doubling your money for me. So obviously it was a great pick at the 48-cent range. As you can see, it's been as low as 44 cents before, so it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky. But it's been showing some movement back up because we do have unemployment-related earnings and whatnot this week. Job as well as STAF are both shares that are somewhat related to the entire unemployment and that kind of industry. ABVC is still moving up, so I'm probably going to continue holding for now, see how things go. Now that it's 9 a.m., I could sell right now. But looking at the level 2 data, let's see. It seems fairly spread out. There are some huge orders for people that want to buy, make it reach 425 and buy it at that price and stuff like that. There are some pretty big orders of selling it as well. So, it's pretty balanced as far as you can see from here. Let me see. But it's on an upward trend. So right now, for today, I would say, according to this level 2 data, I'm going to have to wait and see more. I'll see what happens at 9:30 at market open. It would suck if it's below 4 by that point. So, I'm hoping that I could sell this at maybe 450 or even 5. That'd be wonderful. Other than that, this entire week has been about SPY and QQQ calls, right? So we've been doing really well. The market is pretty sexy right now. EVFM, one of the many stocks I've been holding heavily. This one I'm in pretty strong with an average of 124. I didn't get a chance to average down. I could have averaged down when it was at like 0.73. It's been as low as 0.67. So even if I grabbed 1,000 more at 0.67 for $670, I would have averaged this down big time. I didn't get a chance to do that, and it just randomly kind of started moving up, brought itself to 0.8. Now it's at 0.9. So I'm watching this, hoping for more green movement, keep going up, maybe break through it on 24. If this goes to like $4 as it has in the past, then I'd be set. That'd be pretty hot. That would be beautiful. So I'm keeping my eyes on that, of course. I'm looking to sell my Litecoin, so it keeps coming down to below 173, right? So I'm going to sell all of this at some point when it's still green, and then just keep scalping. I mean, day trade this too, because it keeps going down. As they've been saying, it's pinched between support and resistance, so it keeps coming down and up, down and up. It just moves around. So I can buy this at a lower average overall. Now I can sell all 300 and then buy 300 coins at like the 168 average or whatever. And right now today I'll be watching to see if this breaks through 180 and see how that goes. SPY and QQQ are at their all-time highs, right? And excuse my voice, lost it, but trying my best to recover. And QQQ, same kind of thing, all-time highs. Yesterday, majority of the movement was from Snap. Earlier this week, majority of the beauty was in Apple, making its, paving its way through to 153, all-time high. So I've been watching these tech-related shares because these are the ones that were showing some promise with QQQ being positive. Other than that, we always, every morning, same routine, right? We get up, we wait, and we watch. So right now, what are we watching? We're watching our par stocks to see how they look by 9:15. By 9:15, this is my list of power stocks. I want to see how they look by 9:15. Like, for example, right now, a lot of these guys right here, they look wonderful. Right? Airbnb looks good. AMAT, Starbucks, a lot of these are looking good, but it's only been 7 minutes since this started getting charted, so we have to wait a little longer. By 9:20, I usually have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to go into, and then I choose the tabs I'm going to open. So I can close EVFM and this here now because they're not related. So these are the ones I've been doing mostly for options. SPY QQQ I always have open. Today may be a day where AMD finally makes some movement that shows actual promise. AMD's been a little shaky. If we look at it, it's been scary, unpredictable. You can't really tell if it's going to go up or down. If on any day a share is like moving up a little bit, then it moves down, you end up deciding not to do the call, right? Then it moves up again and you're like, oh shit, and then it dies, right? So if it's doing this kind of movement, this chainsaw kind of movement, you really can't do much because scalping that is going to mean that you're going to dedicate yourself only to this and nothing else. Not really what I'm trying to do. I like to get QQQ calls. I like to get them right at open, especially if there's a tiny dip right at open. You grab it real quick and then you know it's going to come up because the market is doing well. That's why I know it's going to come up. And let me see what's happening here. Okay. So, that's one thing I like to just grab and let it sit while I trade some of these other things. So AMD not really been looking all that good. Not a fan of it. PayPal already had its bust up, so I'm not sure if it's really going to make its way towards 300. We're going to have to watch and see. Let me see. MU, I've got open already. Chewy. So Chewy has started way above his dashed line. That's pretty nice. So it's got a positive morning already, right? It's way above the dashed line. It's definitely, yeah. It's got a bust up, but you see, I don't really like Chewy either because look at the chainsaw kind of movement this is doing, right? Goes up, then goes back down. It's like you're going to have a lot of trouble kind of picking out when to get the call, sell the call, when to get a put. Like if, you'd be a millionaire if you could actually really do that, right? Now, the hindsight after seeing it, of course, it's like one of those stocks that you would get calls and puts on, but it's hard to catch that, especially if it moves too quickly. That's what's up, man. QQQ and SPY are generally the safest ways to make some money every single day. Remember to keep it simple, right? You don't want to pick up too many things. You can't watch everything, and you're not working with a team of people that are going to watch multiple shares for you, sell things for you. No, you're doing this yourself, so you got to be careful on what you pick. You got to pick well. You got to pick the thing that's going to print the most for you, right? And scalp, trim, and just be very careful, right? Take your profits. Take your profits. Trimming is the best way to take your profits. If your share is up already, sell a couple, and then hold a few. And always leave a few free runners. If the stock is still going up, leave a few free runners. Don't worry, don't panic if it starts falling because that could just be a healthy pullback. So with Chewy, not interested. I don't like this graph at all. For the week, it's just been up and down nonstop, which is silly. Let me see. We're going to give this some more time, see how much more it develops because we just started and too many of them are showing that beautiful morning wood. So we need to wait. We need to wait because it doesn't take much for that upwards. It doesn't take much for any chart like Datadog right here to all of a sudden become like OKTA. You know, it can flip. Also, it can become OQTA in a second as soon as the market opens. So you want to be very careful. You know, it's not something you can truly predict. ABVC continuing doing all right. I would want to sell this at a 50% gain, but we'll see. I'm not even sure if I'll really want to sell it. I might do what I'm telling you guys, which is to trim. Like, I might sell about 50 of them, sell 50 shares, and then wait and see what else happens. Sell another 50 shares at another higher price target, and keep going like that. Let's see, level 2 data. Yeah, looks like more sales coming in. A lot of people selling, but it's pretty balanced even then. This has potential to continue going on because no one side is tilted more than the other. There's a lot of buying going on. I wouldn't be surprised if this actually made it to 10 today. So I'm gonna keep most of it in here. I'll probably sell 50 shares depending on how this moves around opening time. Other than that, nothing else is really showing anything promising today so far. You know, DATS has been showing funky movement where, you know, it's not really fun when the stock is just moving in that manner. I mean, on a straight line, yeah, if you bought in somewhere down here, then you're on a nice straight line upwards, and that's fine, right? It might repeat what it did here, right? There's this kind of shark fin and then boom up. This is the same shark fin again and then maybe boom up. Let's see. It's been on a positive uptrend, so that's nice. You know, you're definitely green if you bought in anywhere down here. Not so green if you bought in at one of the upper points, but this area is pretty good too if you bought it over here. You know, so that's always nice. BLIN has shown a lot of movement in the past, right? Like right here, this is when most of us found out about it, right? When it started jumping up in near the end of June. But right now, not that crazy. It's kind of almost made it so the usual price that I would say this is at is around 3. Then it got pumped. After it got pumped, it hasn't really found stable ground. You can see that it never really found stable ground. It's been falling, right? It made its way close to 4, and then it's finally starting to move up again. So if you got in anywhere on its way down, then hopefully you got in under $5. If you got in under $5, then you can hold this, see how this goes. You know, BBIG, everyone's been enjoying. Massive chatter, heavily trending, right? Is it going to break through its usual high of 9? We'll have to see. Maybe it'll get to 10 sometime this week. SONN had a lot of movement earlier this week. Right? You can see Monday morning it just woke up ready to fight. But then it's been dying out. So what I'm planning to do with this is watch to see if it comes back to around 50 cents. And then grab a very heavy position of this again at around 50 cents and see how that goes. You know, I love penny stocks. Everyone does, right? Because it's fun to see them double and triple and more effortlessly. NURO's on a positive slope right now, but haven't seen anything crazy like this in a while. Right? Anyone that bought in at 10 is happy. It's pretty close to 10 right now. Is it going to come back up? I'm not sure. HUIZ is one of those cheap stocks that have been on a pretty decent movement. It seems to make it all the way to 3 and come back down. So, you know, you can always scalp this. Don't buy right now because it's almost close to 3. Root was pointing up earlier this morning. It's going to continue. I think today it'll actually make it to 7. But that's really just based off of the fact that a lot of people are talking about it. So that's never really been, you know, substantial fact for figuring out whether or not a stock is actually going to be good. Not much to say about Catapult. Not much to say about this. This is a stock that I think it was TradingView. TradingView sent out an email regarding this stock. They didn't really say much though, so I'm just watching. Ever since I've been watching it, it hasn't really done anything crazy. So I don't really think it'll be doing anything. It's related to lithium and batteries. It's already pretty high, so I don't want to, you know, it's easy for this to become like 15 or something. So I don't want to grab it in a position where then it ends up coming back to like 17, 18, right? So Anyone that got in down here is pretty happy. But yeah, it's at a pretty big high already. So maybe it's an option play, but I don't really see what I can do with it. Support already starting to die again, you know, coming back down. It had its fun, broke over 50, wonderful pump. Will it do it again? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Haven't heard anything about it. Yesterday, let me see. Yesterday's trending stock, the stuff that was up there was GSMG, right? But I haven't really seen any massive movement in GSMG. It hasn't really gotten pumped or anything like that. It's just been sitting there. Same thing for nothing crazy in terms of movement. You know, these guys are up here for trending, but they're not really doing much. You know, they're not really making that money for you. And remember, these are all things from yesterday. It hasn't refreshed for today. AMC is looking wonderful. And I'm pretty sure by the end of the week, it'll break through to 50 once again. Maybe go on its way to 60. I'm just going to watch it for puts because I know, you know, the pump and dump action, I'm not really joining the pump part of it because when you trade AMC, once again, it's one of those stocks you really have to focus on AMC. I'm focusing on multiple things. So, you know, I'm going to wait and see how far up it goes and then dive in. Now, coming back to here, our power stock's looking even better now. Let's see. So this really is pointing up. Yeah. Might be worth it today. Just making some notes as we prepare to see what we're going to do. I don't think this one is going to be one of those calls I'll have to focus on because it goes up, but then it always seems to come back down the same day as well. So I'll probably set a limit sell order for a certain price target. We'll have to see how much it's worth when the market opens too, because I'm not really sure if I want to pay $1.50 or $150. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. Expensive calls are never a safe idea unless you know the stock is going to go up. But we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see what else. Not really interested in Airbnb. AMAT, Applied Materials has been doing a lot of movement, but you know it's very funky movement. In the past 2 days, it's already gone up a lot. Whether or not it will today, we'll have to wait and see. I'll keep an eye on it. I don't mind watching that. Let's see. Costco and Home Depot, okay. And Apple, Nvidia, and AMD I've already got open. Snap is also looking pretty good. So there's a lot of things looking very good this morning. Can't trade them all. Always remember that. Cannot trade them all. So we're going to watch to see who shows the best response when the market opens. We're also going to have to check how much the options are worth because you don't want to get in on a price where it ends up coming down really easily like this one right here. Anyone that was swinging Costco from yesterday's downfall woke up really happy this morning, probably doesn't even need to trade today. And it often seems that way, right? It often seems that way. If it was ending the day on a downfall, the next morning it tends to come back up eventually. which is why it's in the list of power stocks. You know, comes down, you close, buy it at 3 p.m., wait for the next morning. So let's see, it's looking primed to go up today. If the prices remain the way it shows over here, you can see these prices are gapped by $2.50 each, so they won't really improve that much. You would have to buy this one. You would have to buy this one, watch closely, set a limit sell, have a stop loss if possible. I'm not really a fan of stop losses sometimes, so this is also in the 250 range of gaps. Expensive. Wow, this is in the $10 range of gaps, 230 to 240. This is way overpriced, so I'm just going to close that. All right, here we're in the $1 gaps. This is feasible, very feasible. Definitely not crazy, but you know, unless it's going to do what it's doing right here, you know, I want to see this day. This would have been a great day for a call, right? To pick it up. 106.58 all the way to 108.30. I'm not sure if that's what it's going to do again today. This might be a small scalp. Buy that open, sell it quick, because it's very funky. It just keeps falling up and down, or staying stable throughout the entire day, which is the most boring thing a stock can do. Expiring today, expiring today. Okay. Yeah, I might trade either way. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I want to buy SPY QQQ that's expiring today or Friday. We will see. Hopefully it's all going to bust up as soon as the market opens. ABVC falling. Big sellers, 10,000, 11,000. We got some big buyers too. For some reason, it is falling. But I'm going to continue holding. I might sell 50 shares up here. So if I sell 50 shares right up here at this price area, I can always buy 50 more shares at a lower price than what I sold it for. You know, for example, if I had sold 50 shares at 425, I would pick up 50 shares again here at 405. You know, and that would be a separate play on the same stock. But I'm hopeful that this is going to go past 5 today. So let's see. Because the day is young. I gotta get my voice back. 5 more minutes, let's see. I just got the Z Fold 3, and it's been pretty fucking fun. Being that it's a phone and a tablet, it's been wonderful. I've been enjoying this so much. I've been using it for trading. I've been using it for watching shit when I run. Watching stuff on this is the real beauty. The real beauty. But trading and everything has been better too. Thinkorswim looks great on it, the TD Ameritrade. So this already spiked. I'm not sure if I want to continue watching it. I had picked up 50 shares at 6. It spiked, sold it at 8.10. It went up to like 8.30 that day. And I only registered 8.08. Wow. Yeah. It went up to like 8.30 that day. And then it's come back down. Not sure if it's going to do it again. It's lower than what I initially bought it at. So I would define this as a buy zone. But I don't know if it's going to boom again anytime soon. You know, if it continues showing that it has support around the 550 range, then yeah, it's in the buy zone. But it might be money that just sits there because we don't know when it's going to boom up again. And every time I look at this, I'm like, should I buy in? Should I buy in? But knowing that I didn't buy in here is what I'm telling myself I should just accept and live with, right? I need to accept the fact that when this IPO launched, I didn't buy in. And everyone heard about it. Like, not everyone, but it was popular. It was talked about. And the list of IPOs opening on a given week should always be something you check. So I didn't know about it, but I didn't buy it. Dat chat messenger and private social network, never heard of it. You know, New Jersey, not truly a fan of New Jersey. So I'm a New Yorker. You know. So I didn't buy it, but now that I know that I didn't buy it at these ranges here and I didn't buy it at this dip here, all I can do is watch. So I am patiently watching and happy for anyone else that did get in at a good price. This is starting to move back up again too. Very, very minuscule. I'm not even sure if I would want to call it a move, but it's pointing up. Root. Alright, so let's see. Let's give it a final run through to see how everything looks minutes before market. So we got 1 minute until the TD Ameritrade app makes the opening bell sound. Yeah, Apple busting through. Gotta see how much that call is though. Apple's at a tough spot, being at an all-time high. It could be something I have to watch for buying puts, calls, you know, back and forth. I'm pretty sure Home Depot and Costco are going to be expensive, so I'll probably end up closing those. How much are we working with today? 925. Alright, so let's see. Starting out with 925. We'll see how much we close out with. So something just fell. That's probably crypto. Yep, Litecoin. Alright, let me see. Not too expensive. This is expensive. Damn, this moved really quick. $153.50 is its all-time high. Jesus. Even that didn't fill. That went up real quick. Apple is busting. But the reason I didn't buy Apple as soon as it opened is because it could have equally as well just have fallen. Oh my god. Alright, so then that just leaves us with 384 calls, but that's so cheap. I don't know if it's actually going to go there. At this point, all I can do is wait to see, because I don't want to get something that's going to end up dying. Like, this is flying. This is going to make a new all-time high today, hitting 154. Wow. That's the move. Apple. Crazy movement. Might end up shorting this because I don't think it's going to really blow past that too much. Look at that. This was at 0.3. That's crazy. Everything busted up too quick. I don't even think I should have coffee like right here, because I would have knocked that over. Yeah, man, QQQ's been everything, dude. I couldn't get in, but I'm not gonna get in right now because this is already up 40 cents. Massive printing. And Apple, unreal. Look at this takeoff. There's the 152.50 call is already up $1.50. Up 60 cents here. This is so high up now at a new all-time high that I'm really just gonna watch for a put. Here, all I can do right now is wait for the first dip and then get in for possible 382 call, because this went up way too quick for me. This is dying. Not really interested there either, or here. AMD I'm interested just because these are $1 blocks in between. But at this moment, having missed this Apple jump is the only big thing. I need to see if I can make money off of this shorting right here. Because it's at a new all-time high, after which it should dip. Apple and QQQ. Anyone that got in printed heavy this morning. Heavy. Let me let everyone know. Alright, so let me see. Did Apple start falling yet? Jesus, man. That's just insane. That is insane. That would have been a beautiful episode had I actually gotten in. But I'm still excited even though I didn't get in, because at least we knew, we were watching it, we caught it. With the SPY option, I was seconds, sorry, with the Q option, I was seconds too slow in clicking submit. But it is what it is. Beautiful movement. I'm watching for this right here. I want to see this dip down just a little bit and then get in on this 382 call. $0.57. It's already up 30 cents. Okay. Gonna have to wait and watch. And Apple, is it time for you to fall down now? 154.53. Damn. That's crazy. I don't imagine it going to 155 per se today. So this would be the put to grab, just on its way back down. I'll just go small on it. Grab 2. Yeah, I'll grab 2 puts here as it goes on its way down. And with QQQ, let's take a look at what's happening. Facebook going off, Apple. Most of these tech related ones, MicroStrategy, Square, Interest Wicks. Yeah, there's a lot of green and not some significant red. Like this isn't that significant, not even 1%. But the greens are pretty big for the most part. Big, so greens are always big if they're making all-time highs, right? This is a huge green right here, up 3%. So QQQ should be a pretty positive vibe today. I'm having trouble getting in since I already missed that 35-cent pump right there. Apple still hasn't started falling, but it will. I got in at like what, 47 cents. So that's my Apple put right here. I got in at 46 cents. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is definitely gonna come back down now that it's already at its massive high. So anyone that rolled this up definitely sold their options right there. You know, they had it ready with limit sell orders to sell if it gets to that point, because, you know, I mean, will it go to 156, 157? Very unlikely, right? So here we are. I'm just going to take that right there. Let me just make sure I have the buying power. Yes. Why is it taking so long to fill? At 59, okay. So we are basically just watching those, keeping an eye on Snap and AMD because they teach me about how things are looking. And then while that's running, while it's doing its thing, QQQ busting up. There we go. This is something I would just be holding for the rest. You're out of day trades. Well, depends. If you bought QQQ calls that are expiring today, then you could just hold it, you know, and it'll expire, which doesn't count as you selling it. So, you know, you could do that. I don't think the day would end more negative than it started with QQQ. It's a pretty powerful day these days. Yeah, so just hold it. If it is expiring today, it'll just expire. So you'll be fine. And it'll be cool. You'll get to see. Sometimes what I've noticed, this happened this Monday and last Monday, was that I got in on QQQ at like 0.32, and then it ended the day at 2.14. but my wimpy ass sold it at like 110 or something, you know, and it was like, why? In fact, those were such hard-learned lessons. I made notes for it. So on 8/23, which was last week, I got into QQQ at 0.4, and it ended the day at 2.5, but I sold it at 1.7. So holding throughout the day because you're stuck with it might actually be a good feeling for you. Same thing on 8/30, which was this Monday. I bought QQQ at 0.55, sold it at 1.10, which is a 100% gain. But then within, I wrote right here, went to $1.80 in 30 minutes and then broke $2 in another 30 minutes after that. Remember, this is all happening within the same 30 minutes we're in right now, right? So I sold that, I wrote here, I sold it at 10 a.m. 10:30, it was at 1.8. 11, it was at 2.07. So if you hold through this is a high call though, 382. But if you hold through and you end up just holding throughout the day, you might have a good day at the end. You know, I might have a great day at the end. I have 10 contracts, so I like playing pussy hands. You know, just let it go, take the profits, enjoy whatever it is. It is. But you know, you're happier as a sad man that made money, but it wasn't as much as he could have made, compared to being a sad man that lost money. So, you know, that's probably the safest and healthiest way to think about it. And it's interesting watching Apple as it's making brand new highs once again, while Tim Cook and all that CEO changes and all that stuff is happening. But I'm confident this is not going to go too much higher. You know, it's not going to go to 155. I know it's going to have its day ending coming back down. That's my prediction. You know, because it's at an all-time high. The sell books should be crazy right now. Exactly. There you go. Everyone is selling. Everyone is selling. I sold. I had 20 shares of Apple I was holding for God knows how long. We'll check that right now. And then I sold it because I was like, this must be the top. Unfortunately, it's going even higher, but it's okay. I'd rather use the money for contracts than holding the stock. The dividend payments weren't all that. Right, so I bought... Oh, they're showing all the contracts now. Fuck. I don't think we'll be able to see when I actually bought Apple. Let me see. Oh, wow. Usually... I can't see any history like this. So initially, can you imagine this? Look at this. It was worth 446. I did the 4-to-1 split, blah, blah, blah. Now let me see where, okay, these are all contracts. Where did I actually buy? Contracts are a new thing I started doing. So I think up to here and then here. I had about 20 shares. I had 20 shares of Apple. You know, and it was doing great, and then I just sold all 20 shares right here at 152.25. Wow! And now today it's at 154. So it'd be like that. It'd be like that. But we are shorting this now because it's at a high. QQQ looking beautiful. Right? Remember, $1,000 a day is the goal. We're on the way. You aim for that. You aim for at least $1,000 a day. Even if you're making 100 a day, you're happy. You know, you gotta learn to find your happy place. And I'm pretty content with this. I don't imagine QQQ dying out by the end of the day, so you'll be fine too. But thanks a lot for joining this morning, bro. And I will see you all tomorrow morning. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the greens.